Welcome everybody to the Wrestle for Real podcast. You know how we do each and every Monday night. DJ Ralph V here. Stand with me tonight, man, talking about all the happenings going on Monday Night Raw. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Please don't forget to hit that like button, share, and definitely follow us. Please, we appreciate the support. So thank everybody that's been tuning in. We had some weekend wrestling, some Saturday night main event. So we probably touch on that a little bit in addition to what happened on Monday Night Raw tonight. But we'll probably have to we'll start kind of out of order a little bit because we're gonna have to get into everything that happened with Saturday night main event and what that led to on Monday Night Raw. So initially Monday Night Raw opened with Gunther, but we're gonna we're going to get back to that one, and we're going to skip to the Usos versus New Day being the first match of the night, the actual first match of the night. The Usos back together as a tag team. This was an okay match, man. It was, I believe it was for the number one contender match.
Not really, but they said pretty much whoever won this would be the number one contender.
So the de facto. It was cool, man. The Usos pulled it out. What you thought about the Usos getting back together, man? Did you feel like you missed these guys being together any? Like, is this impactful at all in any kind of way?
I mean, kind of like in a way, it can help elevate the tag division because I think that's why they did it because they felt like the tag division was lacking, but it really wasn't lacking. They just weren't like booking it right, if that makes any sense. Because, like, I mean, last week we saw the Creed brothers kind of do a interview in the crowd doing it's like doing commercials, so it wasn't on TV. You had kinda had to go back and see it, but it was just like, you have them right there, you have War Raiders right there, like, New Day is still around, like, you have, Grande Americanos guys, so you have, like, teams, it's just like, what are you gonna do with them? And, I mean, adding the Usos back in the mix, yeah, you can get some good matches with these other teams to help build them up, so I guess it'll work out in a way. I think that's why they were doing it, in my opinion, is to try to build back up the tag division. So what better way than to put one of the most decorated WWE tag teams of all time back in that division?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna be a little journey. They really probably need to do like a tag team tournament in order to like get people to remember who those tag teams are right now and generate some excitement and something a little meaningful. And I don't know. A lot of people may not like tournaments. I like tournament style though, just to see what people got, man. And I think
Yeah,
it's to showcase what you have. And from a tag team standpoint, we don't have a lot of tag teams that we really care about. It's hardly any. For me, it's the Creed brothers and it's War Raiders, and we hardly ever see either one of them. So everybody else is kind of these makeshift tag teams. The Usos is kind of back, but I don't think it was that impactful that they came back. It just felt like Jay was like, "Yeah, can't really do this on my own anymore, so I'm gonna just go back to a tag team." And Jimmy is like, "I never really was able to do this on my own, so we'll just meet in the middle here and try to make something happen from it." Actor Ninad said that the crowd was so lame. There's more atmosphere in the library. I think that coming off of Saturday night's main event and what that crowd was like, and this show was they couldn't do nothing this show, man. I felt like they really were at a disadvantage. Like, how can you follow up what we just saw? Really, it's nothing you can really do, because
yeah.
of what it meant. So it just wasn't a great show. Um, Dragon Lee and AJ Styles is cool. They're the champs, but I feel like they were kind of thrown together, not in the traditional tag team sense, more the sense of that older guy getting the younger guy over. And we'll get into his match at Saturday night's main event as well. That match with Dragon Lee and AJ Styles versus Leon Slater and Javon Evans, which I did believe was going to be match of the night, but we'll get into that. But yeah, they got to revive this tag division, man. I don't know what it's going to look like moving forward, but there's a chance that Dragon Lee and AJ Styles might lose to the Usos. To put the Usos back together, that might mean that they want them to have those titles back on them at some point. But right now, they definitely are big on getting AJ Lee over. AJ Lee over. JJ Styles and Dragon Lee, getting them over. But if you break them up, maybe we could get AJ Styles and Gunther to go at it, or something like that, some other opportunities. But I think right now they're in a decent place, man, as far as that tag team is concerned, but I don't know what their opponents are going to be looking like moving forward. After this, we had I don't know what Io Sky and Rhea came out and then they were just attacked. Do we know why they were supposed to? I don't know what was supposed to happen.
They was probably supposed to cut a promo or something like that. It was probably for a promo, just to
Okay,
talk about
ridiculous.
January.
And then Asuka's in the crowd. She hits it with the miss, and then a brawl breaks out. Asuka and Kairi Sane gets the better of Io and Rhea. Honestly, this has kind of been redundant a little bit for me, so I'm not really invested in this. I don't know what else they can do to make it bigger. Like, is there something they can do with these four ladies to make it a bigger, more investment from the unit, the WWE universe, from the fan base? Can they do anything? Is it a tag? Is it a singles? Is it a stipulation? Like, what do they really need for them to get us invested beyond people like Rhea, people like Io, and Asuka and Kyrie's playing the heel? But is that enough to sustain this for I don't know when this might even end? Another few weeks, Royal Rumble. I mean, where is this really able to go?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, Io's already faced. Well, she's faced Kyrie in singles. I don't think she had a match against Asuka. It looks like we're about to get Rhea versus Asuka, and then maybe the following week it'll be Io Sky versus Asuka, and then after that we'll get Rhea versus Kairi Sane leading up to it. But I feel like instead of a traditional tag, they gotta make this like extreme rules or tornado tag, something like something where they don't have to tag. I don't care if they call it like Gothic Beatdown. I don't know, man. You know they gonna come up with some crazy name. But something like that just to keep it interesting. Cause a traditional tag with these four, since they've been going back and forth for almost 2 months now, it's
Mhm.
just I feel like it's gotta be something different.
Yeah, and I don't know what that's gonna look like, man. If they could get some of the ladies that's been out back and interject into that situation, possibly there's something there. All of these ladies are outside of the women's intercontinental championship and the Raw Women's Championship. So they're kind of just going at it. So I don't know. I don't know what they really are going to really be able to do with this one, man. That I mean, they can do several things. He's recommending what do you say, a fatal four way for the women's tag matches, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm gonna care, you know? That's my
Yeah.
problem. I don't know if I'm gonna, like, really care, and maybe there's just nothing they can do. They're just gonna buy time until they figure out something different with these 4 ladies, but in the meantime, Rhea is over, Io Sky is over, Asuka and Kairi are playing good heels right now, so it's just not something that has much on the line or much of an investment, and Charlotte and Alexa kinda came in and went. They just kinda peeked their head and it was like, "Alright, you know, we good. We're gonna see y'all later." So they just kinda popped in for a second, man. But we had a match. I think you called this match a few weeks ago, man. Maxine Dupree, Women's
Yeah,
Intercontinental Champion against Ivy Now.
yeah,
You definitely called this one, man, as far as somebody you wanted to see Maxine Dupree against. I don't know if it went the way you thought it was gonna go. I'm not sure. But these women, they had a match. I felt like the first match Maxine had with Becky prior to her title match, there was something really cleaner about it. There was something fresh about it. There was something interesting about it. I don't think she ever captured that same magic as the next match went on, and then even with Ivy Now. And Becky did a great job of covering up whatever Maxine's deficiencies may have been at that time.
yeah.
I didn't know who else could do that. So when you brought up
Oh,
Ivy
this
Now a few weeks ago, I was like, okay, Ivy Now is gifted, but can she cover up what Maxine Dupree may not be gifted at? Right? Those are two different skill sets. So we got a chance to see this match. Overall, it was an okay match. There were just moments where I was like, hmm, was that supposed to happen? It looks a little something looked a little weird there. Ivy Now, I don't like her new look, man. I don't like it. Her face is too strong for pretty hair. It's like she's supposed to be power. She's supposed to have like the one braid and all of that kind of stuff, man. Like some like strong hairstyle, like a mohawk or something, man. Like she just, I don't know. I have to get used to it. Her appearance did bring the Creed brothers back to TV, so that's good. That's a start. But Maxine Dupree ended up retaining her women's intercontinental championship, but she definitely got some work to do. And I don't think everybody is going to be able to cover up what she can't do. And this match went way too long for her to be in there with someone who, in my opinion, was not necessarily able to do that as clean as maybe a Becky, probably a Bailey would be able to do as well, and maybe some others. But what you thought, man? You got your match, man. Ivy now versus Maxine Dupree,
Yeah.
the women's
No,
intercontinental championship, man. What you thought?
yeah, no, when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, they gonna pull it right now." But I mean, that was gonna be the first one anyway. I knew it was gonna be the first one because they have like history there. Yeah, it was some times in the match, and I was like, "All right, like I don't know if this is like really clean or not." But there was some other times like, okay, they work pretty well together. But I mean, I feel like the person that she's gonna drop it to, in my opinion, is Natalia. And I feel like when she finally goes against Natalia and Natalia turns on her, we will get that like type of match that she had with Becky. It's
Hmm.
like Natalia is like she's in my opinion, she's like one of the best female wrestlers in
Hmm.
the history of like WWE. But she's also one of the most underrated female wrestlers in the history of WWE.
Hmm.
And so, but I feel like that one whenever they have Natalia finally turn and Natalia gets that match and she ultimately wins that belt, it's gonna be good. It'll be a good like few few months or I don't know, few weeks to how they go now. With like, her chasing Natalia trying to get the title back. But yeah, we're gonna see how it
Yeah,
goes.
that should be, and they may want to. I don't want to say rush it because stuff is get so pushed and everything, but we might want to start getting on the Natalia train. Somebody that's going to be able to help her out, uh, as far as making her look good in that ring, and that's not gonna be too easy of a task. But she had some good moments in this match, where she definitely was able to do her thing, man. Uh, once we get that version of her of Natalia, then we'll definitely be able to see. Okay, she's is this going to be something that we're gonna get a lot of mileage out of? Because if
Yeah.
she goes into that underground, I don't know, UFC type of persona, right? Every match is fresh again. If she really pulls it off and it's not just a look and it's not just, she really, really can pull it off all the way, there's a match against everybody almost that can be had, because she's never fought from that position. She's been a heel, been a baby face or whatever, but she's never fought from that particular persona. So she'd have a lot of fresh matches. So I'm interested to see if they do something with her because Natalia has kind of just been like someone who stays around, but kind of stays at the same level throughout a large portion of her career. We'll see if that helps and gets Maxine going. But she's on her way. She's getting there, man. She at least got the look. She does have some stuff in her arsenal, but they gotta keep her in the lab, man, so she can keep working. After this, we got a in ring promo from CM Punk somewhere around the top of the hour, I want to say. So he was out there, man. He came for Braun Breaker. They have their match coming up January 5th on Netflix. 1 year anniversary, so to speak, man, for the world be what is it, the heavyweight championship? I'm
Yeah.
names of what they calling them. But yeah, so they're going at it for the world heavyweight championship. So he came at Braun Breaker. Sounded like he may have come for Scott Steiner in there as well.
He came for the whole fam.
Yeah, man. He made mention that it's whatever, man. Everybody need to be on deck for this one, man. He took a shot at Braun Breaker's IQ, which is not fair. We know that the family has a history of some math that has been a little bit questionable over time. So hopefully this still turns out to be a good one, man. I think this is the first promo CM Punk has cut against Braun Breaker since this has been announced. I don't remember CM Punk saying anything about him.
Nah, cause he wasn't. Nah, cause he wasn't there.
Yeah, he was on the last 2 Raws. And then everything else, he was preparing for War Games, and then Saturday night's main event, nothing was there as far as, for him to do other than come out, take the knee, um, and paying homage to John Cena on, Saturday night's main event. So, this was the first time Punk, man. So I mean, you've been saying Braun Breaker's, promo's been getting you hyped, man. What you thought about CM Punk tonight, man, now that we finally got one out of him, man?
No, it was good, man. Those 2 working together, I didn't think it would be good like this, but it's good, man. And then even like, Punk throwing shots at his dad and his uncle. I'm like, "Oh, they probably gonna pop up in Brooklyn, you never know what's gonna happen." And then little Will Smith reference with, keep my wife's name out your mouth. So it's gonna be something in January when they link up and get in the ring.
Mhm. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it, man. You still got Braun, but you had Braun Breaker winning, didn't you? You still feel that way?
I did because I thought they were gonna like wait to unveil the mask man, but who knows? I don't
Yeah,
know.
uh, ah, I don't think Braun Breaker is just don't I feel like he's just missing something, man. I don't remember the last time I seen him in a feud one on one with anybody. I can't remember his last real
Well, it
single.
was like he when he had the title, he had Intercontinental, I think, right? And then he
Yeah,
have IC? Yeah. When he had that, he was like solo fused, but he wasn't talking like he is now.
no, 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 he wasn't.
So he's grown a lot in that aspect. So I feel like I don't think they would take it off Punk, but I don't know. You can never tell. Like, I don't know. Cause it can go either way and I'll be satisfied.
Yeah, it can. I'm still putting my money on CM Punk, but Punk is, he's a proponent of the future, man. So that is the biggest thing that Braun Breaker has on his side is that
Mm.
he's willing to elevate who's next, and it gives him a little bit of time before he get to WrestleMania. But I always like for when you win that first one and you're that next guy. I'm one of those people that want to see it happen at WrestleMania.
Yeah, have your
I
WrestleMania
don't like
moment.
all of these because now we're in the age where the titles are all defended on Raw and SmackDown, and I'm like, man, I wanted all of it's supposed to be pay per views, PLEs. Like now they're just constantly defended, and then when you get the PLE, half the titles ain't defended. You're like, well, where are
Yeah,
the champs? These are the champs. Like, I want to see the champs. These are supposed to be the best of the best. I believe that every title should be defended on every PLE. There shouldn't be a such thing as Night of Champions because every time there's a PLE, it should be a Night of Champions. But we'll have a PLE and you'll forget, like, honestly, they took a lot of steam off of Maxine, in my opinion. She was red hot at one point. And then she went away for a week. She went training and she came back and it was like Maxine versus Ivy now. This could be Sunday Night Heat. You know what I mean? Like if she's not wearing the title, this is like Speed that was on X not too long ago. You took all the momentum off of her by letting her sit on the shelf too long. She needed to be just like the NXT did, and we'll get into that. She needed to be on an up and coming card. They need to display them a little bit more because she is still new to the audience. She's still new to this spot. So she lost a lot of momentum. I want to see the champs in action more on PLEs, not on the main shows, Raw and SmackDown, because I think it takes a little bit of the luster away. But on those PLEs, man, I want those big matches. When we think about all the great matches in the history of the WWE or wrestling in general, chances are they was at a pay-per-view. It's almost none that was defended on just a regular show. I think Goldberg and Hulk Hogan did it. I think that Omni one, I think that was a Nitro event, if I'm not mistaken, like a regular Nitro. But that's probably the biggest it ever that I can remember.
yeah, I was at that one. That was at Georgia Dome.
That was at the Dome. Oh, the Dome,
Yep.
the Dome, the Dome. So that was what 7 years ago, almost at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
So it don't happen, it
When
don't
they
happen.
They did it last year, I think, or the year before last on the road to WrestleMania. Io,
Mhm.
she beat Rhea Ripley and won the title. That's how she got into the WrestleMania match.
Mm.
So that happened on a Raw. It was like after, yep, it was after, it was a Raw after Elimination Chamber, because that like shocked everyone.
Yeah, so I want the champs at the big events at all of them. If you got a title, I want you defending it at every PLE and never on Raw or SmackDown. I don't think we need it, man. Just create that luster, man. We seeing too much the open challenge and stuff. And the thing with Ilya not dragging off is it's good. Um, but it's still like, man, what if we built to like one really big match instead of just a bunch of matches to really give them a big program? Because we're not gonna remember any of this. We're gonna be like, yeah, he was doing good when he did that open challenge thing, but it's like we're not really gonna really remember any of this because there's no story with it. We're gonna remember him, but all his opponents, unless it's one of your favorites, you're probably really gonna have a hard time remembering it 2, 3 years from now, as far as what that time period was like. So I think he needs that money feud to really help him go to that next level, as opposed to just being something we tune in for on SmackDown. Because I think you can do other things. After this, we had a match that I don't know why it happened. We had Raquel Rodriguez and Stephanie Vaquer. Was this for the women's Raw Women's Championship? Right? It
Yeah.
was. I don't know. I don't know what I honestly, at this point, I'm telling myself they phoned it in the night. The Saturday night's main event was so big, somebody in the back said, "Let's not even try to follow it up. Don't worry about it.
Well,
Just let's just go. Let's just put out something." First of all, how did Raquel earn a title shot?
I think she kept just like calling her out, but I feel like Raquel is gonna be the one to beat her,
Mm,
just not right now. That's why they had Nikki Bella come out. But I feel like it's gonna be like Raquel is gonna be the one to beat her. And then we'll finally get the breakup of the Judgment Day. Well, at least the Judgment Day women, finally. But that's whenever that is. But I feel like it's crazy, but I feel like Raquel's gonna be the one to beat her.
yeah, man. I just want I don't know if they're ever gonna really develop this into a story. This one sort of broke down. Nikki Bella got involved. This ended up being a no contest situation. So Nikki is still very much in the picture, just to probably add some type of nostalgia and additional name value to it, because Stephanie is still relatively new, rising up the ranks, and Raquel is still relatively new, rising up the ranks as well. So Nikki adds at least a name for people to possibly pay attention to, and from a heel perspective. So I think while I don't really want to see any of these three go at it, and I think Stephanie is back her is still missing that right foe, that right opponent. I don't know where they're going with Raquel, but it just seemed a little odd. She kind of wrestles a strong style, and hopefully, it's one of those things where it could turn into something meaningful. Because she had a I always remember the only match that I felt Raquel did well in was a was the it was like in Saudi or something where they was covered up. Her and Rhea had like a no disqualification match or something. And I felt like that definitely did hide some of the stuff Raquel had going on. So it's definitely potential there depending on how they do it and how they move with it. So we appreciate you checking in from Germany. Um, Depending on how they move with it, it may have some legs there, but I still think it's gonna take a while for us to get to that point of Raquel being a real major player. And they're so high on Stephanie Vaquer. I don't know that. I almost feel like they want her like in the way that they look at Gunther. Like I don't think they really want to see her lose, and they want her to kind of stay in a certain spot for a really long time. And when you put Raquel in that spot and Nikki, it's easier to beat them than it would have been had they put a return of Liv Morgan in that spot.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna, probably run with that for a while, man. But our main event tonight that lasted a very long time, which is even further proof that they phoned it in tonight and just was like, we're gonna give y'all something. Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul. What? Like what? I don't know how this came to be as the main event of Monday Night Raw. Now, and since we have already seen the match, we probably have a good idea as to what the
Wow.
bigger picture was here. But this match, I mean, they were solid, man. I mean, Ray is still Ray Mysterio. Logan Paul, obviously, very gifted and talented in the ring. The Vision did come out, got involved. CM Punk did come out. He's got to start that process of handling these guys, man. It's about to be a long journey. He's got a long uphill battle with them. Then we got a sighting from the Masked Man. The Masked Man came out, and now we were able to clearly tell this was a white guy. Uh, like never before. Like, oh, he's definitely white. And I guess we'll find out in a couple of weeks who the white guy is. But that didn't happen. They continued to he hung around. That was the first like odd sign. Like he didn't just run back to the back or some trailer. He just hung around like, yeah, I'm gonna just watch the match, kind of see, what these guys got to offer, what they bring to the table. And CM Punk came out to the ring at this point after dealing with the Vision at the top of the entrance ramp to chase out the Masked Man, who then ran into the audience and into the stands and revealed himself to be Austin Theory with the was that like a widow's peak haircut? Like what kind of
And he done went and got the boot camp, man, like he about to go be a Marine, man.
he's about to do the Marine 12.
And he went to the PX and was like, "You know what
Yeah,
to do."
up the triangle, long triangle on the top of skull. So after that, Braun Breaker came out, spared CM Punk, grabbed the championship as they continue to build towards their match. This main event was really largely about, in my opinion, Braun Breaker, CM Punk, and Austin Theory. I hate to state the obvious. Were you surprised that this was Austin Theory?
When I saw it at, 'cause remember that's what I went, after, War Games, I was like, "It's
Mm,
Austin Theory." How he scaled the cage, when he did the stomp, I was like, "It's Austin Theory." There's even like that the stance, like the bill was, the second person, the second time they did it, it was definitely Montez Ford to throw everybody off. It was
mm.
somebody else. That was Montez Ford, but the original person was the first person. That was Austin Theory, and I knew it was Austin Theory the whole time. It just kind of made sense because he's not doing anything, and they still believe in him. So why not pair him with Paul Heyman to put him in a group of people that they kind of believe in to carry the torch for like the next generation?
I am so happy about it being Austin Theory, even though we all kind of suspected. Theory is a guy that can be next up for real, for real. He is definitely. I feel like I'd go on record and say he checks more boxes for me than Braun Breaker.
Oh
I
yeah,
like I like
he's always been like that with me. It's just that when Vince was in charge, he was trying to like shove him down everybody's throat, and
mhm,
everybody was like, "Nah, we don't want that."
mhm.
But he's always been like great. Like even before he went to like NXT when he was on the Indies, he was amazing, and he's still young. Because when he broke out in the Indies, he was only like 19, 20. So he's like he's still, and he just like he's one that I always say like could be like the next like Randy Orton type of a company.
Mhm.
When he shaved, when he came out with his head shaved, I'm like, oh, he 2009 Randy, man. He about to start head punting people. He
Now
about
we
to go
don't
crazy.
know if we haven't seen him without the jacket, so he might be tatted up. He might also have went ahead on and added the tattoos, man, to give him the extra edge on the look. I'm glad, man. I could see a scenario down the line where main eventing, headlining Austin Theory versus Braun Breaker. How we get there could be in many different ways, but I could see that being a money match down the line.
Oh yeah.
I think I think both of these guys is on their way to the top of the card. I think it's finally about to come around the corner for Austin Theory. Braun Breaker's already in that spot. Austin Theory already beat John Cena in the match.
Yeah,
So
bro,
he already stripes.
even with the people that they got coming up with NXT, if you pair them with Austin Theory, like, Trick Williams, Obafemi, Javon, even,
Ricky
Ricky
Saint.
Saints, bro, him and Ricky Saints, oh, that would be nuts. But it's just like that they have something. I just hope that, like, TKO can see that and doesn't, like, ruin it.
I don't think they will, man. At this point, man, I think they really understand certain guys. I think they ruined the mid guys and the lower tier guys, but those real main event guys, man, I think they've done a decent job of putting them up there and at the forefront and kind of holding them in that spot. I think, unfortunately, we don't know what's gonna happen with LA Knight, but he's been a little bit fumbled, but maybe he's gonna come back bigger than ever, better than ever. They did at least show what happened last week, so he wasn't written off in a way of like, we don't want you to remember this guy. But
He should get some time off.
yeah, I'm liking Austin Theory, man. It's a situation where Braun Breaker could turn on the group and Austin Theory leads it. And Austin Theory we could end up bringing in somebody else. I mean, I'm always going to want Montez Ford to be the guy, but you could bring in somebody else and say, okay, well now this guy turned and left the group, and now the next guy, and the vision could just stay, having this interchangeable leader that's constantly coming in under Paul Heyman's tutelage, so to speak. And I think Austin Theory's it's a lot of miles. We're just getting started. We're just getting started, man. So this. I like what the vision looks like. Austin Theory, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul. Man, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I kind of still wish Seth was there with these same four guys, man. I really wish he was still there. They would they would have to go to SmackDown, get all the titles, go to Raw, get all the time. Like they would just have to get everything at this point, man. Let Bronson Reed go to the NXT Championship from Obafemi. Let's see that match while we at it. Like I think they would just have to go and just conquer everything, man. But I'm glad that Austin Theory is next up, man. I do believe he has something there. I don't know what they're gonna do as far as what happens next with him. He's obviously been feuding largely with CM Punk, and CM Punk's initially that team, but it really has been CM Punk has kind of been the target.
Yeah.
But Rey Mysterio was the target this initially this time around. Rey was just like, "Hey man, if y'all need me, I'm here." And they was like, "Yeah, we got a match for you tonight, man. So let's go do it." So that was a solid way to get Rey out there. I didn't get Dominic Mysterio, and if I'm not mistaken, I feel like I didn't get Dominic Mysterio last week either. We done got 2 weeks without Dominic in the ring doing, one of the segments that we care to appreciate and care to like. So I'm not sure what's up with that, man. I really wanted to see that, man. Before we get into what led up to Gunther tonight, who was your MVP tonight, man? Who was your guy tonight, man? What do you got tonight, man? Who was that person for you tonight, man?
My Georgia boy, man, Austin Theory, man. I'm
Yeah,
glad to see my boy back on my screen.
kind of an easy one tonight. It was an easy one tonight, man. That was an easy one tonight.
My Georgia boy back.
Definitely a good look for Austin Theory, man, and what he may have to come with Paul Heyman, as he was once looked at as the next John Cena. And with John Cena now retiring and having his final match at Saturday night's main event, Monday Night Raw to me felt like they just kind of threw some stuff together. They had two women's title matches, and I don't think either one of them was all that great between what we've seen with Maxine and Ivy now and with Stephanie Vaquer and Raquel Rodriguez. We had a sort of a number one contenders match for the tag team championships, not much there. So we didn't get much in the ring that we really cared to see, man, because I think emotionally people were spent. They said, we're just going to let this one rock. We're not even going to try to top what we had this weekend. And this weekend, we had Saturday night's main event. We had Young Guard versus some of the older veterans in the WWE facing some NXT people. I am not a fan of NXT guys or girls fighting the main roster. I just want to keep them separate. I don't know. I feel like we seeing too much. Nothing is like first time ever because we're just giving away so much. Like I don't really want to see it. But in these matches didn't turn out bad, but just from a story perspective and what we could do down the line, and they could earn that spot. You don't have the right to be in the ring with some of these people. Obafemi and Cody, we had Sol Ruka and Bailey, we had AJ Lee. Styles and Dragon. I'm sick. They need to break this team up. Enough is enough. They got to break this team up, man. I'm sick of this. They had them versus Javon Evans and Leon Slater, which none of these matches were bad matches. It's just for me, it's like, man, I want them to earn that spot to stand across that person in the ring. Not only should you not get it at the main roster when you first come, you should get it when you get to the championship level. Like I want to see, like you remember the old games like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, where you worked your way up the levels. Like that's what
Yeah.
I want. You didn't fight Bison on the lower level. You
Well,
don't get
it's
Bison.
like
Yeah.
with the people that they pick, in my opinion, I think they they did earn it. Whereas Obafemi, he's the hottest. Him and Trick are like the two hottest in like NXT right now. And you couldn't make it a triple threat match because there'll be no DQ. And so like Oba is coming up very like he's dropping that title to Javon Evans. He's coming up. He could have came up like months ago.
Mhm.
And like that match was crazy. It ended the right way, in my opinion, to protect both of them because neither one of them take a loss.
Mhm.
And now I'm surprised that I can see Bailey probably choosing to take the loss.
Yeah.
I don't,
And we knew Bailey was losing. We knew that.
yeah. And in my opinion, I rather have now Sol Ruka versus Bailey was good, but Sol Ruka versus Charlotte would be like nuts.
See you starting, man. See, that's what we're talking about, man. We talk about coming in and going against Shang Tsung or something. Like we not supposed to start here, man. I don't want
I
to think
know,
oh
but
no.
I feel like the
Oh
people that they pick when they come over, and I don't know like Leon Slater's contract situation with
yeah.
TNA, but I feel like once he leaves TNA, he's gonna be in WWE, and I feel like they're gonna start. The way that match started, Leon Slater and Javon Evans was like, "Let's go, 100 million miles an hour." I was like, "What?" Just stuff they were doing. It was like that was AJ Styles back when he was in TNA. He can't move like that no more, but that was what he was doing. Like that's why the whole like X Division started because he was doing stuff like that. And it's just I feel like when Oba comes over,
Mm.
when Soruka comes up, when Javon comes up, Javon got a match next week on Raw. He had a couple matches on SmackDown. He's got a match next. Like they believe in them and they don't want them to get to the main roster and people not know who they are because they know a lot of people don't watch NXT. But then when Obafemi came out on Saturday Night Main Event, everyone is doing the ooh. So it's like they know who this man is already.
Yeah. That was a real core to me, that was a very core wrestling audience that they had at Saturday
Yeah,
Night. That was
yeah.
not a super commercial audience. They had a real core, smart fan base type of
I mean,
audience that
because
night,
they were,
and
bro, they knew who Leon Slater was.
it worked.
So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah. Like, so it's like and I think that's why they're, because like Javon's been popping around the main roster for a couple months now, and they're just doing that so you can get used to him. Like, because they didn't really do that before, and they would expect like when Shinsuke came up, people knew who he was, but like a lot of times when guys would come up, they were just like, okay, like who are you, kind of thing. Because a lot of people don't watch Tuesday nights. Because even after the match with like Soruka Bailey, this one dude on Twitter was like, "Man, I've never watched NXT, but I need to start watching that because this is amazing." Like, and then for Leon Slater when he hit that like 450 Swanton, I think everybody was like, "Yeah, he next."
No, like these guys, they absolutely went and picked some of the really the top. If you look at NXT and you look at TNA and you put together a top 10, Leon, Javon, Sol Ruka, Obafemi, clearly they're in that top 10 across both of those brands. It's not a question. Sol Ruka to me is the best women's wrestler in NXT.
Yeah,
So I'm not surprised by what I saw from her. Leon and Javon, like you said, man, they came out firing. It was like If they came up as a tag team for real, we got something on our hands here.
Yeah.
We got something on our hands here. If they came up, they could come up as a tag team and be winning in like 3 minutes because they done did 68 moves. They can literally just catch you so fast that it's over so fast. You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, okay. And Dragon Lee is not old. You know, he's still more of the new guards. You know what I'm saying? But these two guys came out firing, man. I thought that was definitely something that was a breath of fresh air, man. Seeing them guys go at it, man. I had to deal with it, even though I don't want to see them going against the main roster guys, man. But seeing Leon and seeing because Leon has kind of been like one of my favorite TNA guys, man, since the merger happened and I started watching a little bit more. The partnership with TNA, Leon, I've always liked Moose. I remember seeing Moose on the Indies, man, way back when, man. Moose been around for a while, man. When I
Yeah.
used to do the Moose joint, and used to come to the Moose joint, man, like
Well, I
you know,
saw him at
he
a
used to
high
be
in a
there.
high school gym.
Man, everywhere.
Yeah,
He was
I saw
everywhere. He
him
was
in
a
a high
big
school.
deal. He was a big deal, man. But him, Moose, Leon Slater, and Mike Santana were kind of like my three TNA people. NXT, everybody like, has been high on Javon Evans, Sol Ruka. So I mean, to just see some of them get that opportunity is it's definitely dope, man. It's definitely a dope thing. Um, N you know, I mean, there's still a lot more to come as far as their future opponents, but, I felt like Sol Ruka had she shined, man. She
Yeah.
shined, man. Bailey did, she did the favor in a major way. Vaughn and Leon, they shined. Uh, Oba did it, went at it with Cody Rhodes, and that ended thanks to Drew McIntyre's involvement. It was Drew McIntyre, right? I'm not sure. Yeah, so thanks to his involvement,
And the thing
that
about, like the thing with Sol Ruka and Obafemi, they came in together with that class 3 years ago when they were doing the college athletes. So they complete homegrown. Obafemi was a shot put guy in college. Sol Ruka did like gymnastics. So neither one of they were complete homegrown. Like Leon and Javon were on the indies. Like so they kind of already knew, but Oba and Sol Ruka knew nothing about wrestling except for what they saw on TV. They didn't like that's it. They didn't hit the indies. They didn't like do none of that. They came in with the program that they did with the college 3 years ago, same class, and they've been killing it. And like Obafemi, man, for like he does. I mean, he is Nigerian descent, but he was born and raised here. But he does the accent so well that folks forget that the man like was born here. He played at the University of Alabama. Like he American, but he plays the character so well. He just looks he looked like when he came out, I was just like, bro, that is a future yearly WrestleMania main event guy.
So
Like,
of all the so right now, we seen Oba. Are we saying he'll get to the mountaintop before Montez Ford? Is he the next black guy? Or Carmelo Hayes, if you want to throw it like where
even
do you
like, cause I feel like the crazy thing is when like Oba, when like Oba Trick and Javon come up, they're probably gonna surpass like Carmelo and Montez, which is crazy. But they're probably gonna surpass him. Even Ricky when he comes up,
you think Trick Williams is gonna surpass him?
yeah. I mean, like Oba Trick, Javon, those three are gonna surpass like Montez Ford. If Montez Ford goes single, those three will surpass him. And if Carmelo like Melo, if he those three are probably because they have like even though Javon is a high flyer, he's tall. Trick has size, Oba has size. All three of them can talk. So like like Montez can talk, Montez has size. I just don't know why they haven't pulled the trigger on making him a solo star. And then Melo, literally the only thing that's holding him back, which is crazy, It's his size, but they've had, like, small champions before. They've had small guys that you can go out and beat big guys, and you can believe it. You can make it, like, believe it's ways to make it believable.
I
But
think
I
what he's missing is the connection to the fans. If he gets that, his size won't matter. But those smaller guys like Rey Mysterio, like Daniel Bryan, they had a very, very strong connection to the fans to where you couldn't deny him. And he's not, he's in a position where he has to become, not to steal from old Cody Rhodes, but undeniable. He has to. Like he's not gonna get there. Like oversized could just put him in that spot. And he might not be that great, right? Like I think Damian Priest was in that spot more so for his size and look versus what he's actually doing. But your size can help you. But when you don't have that size, you're gonna have to connect with the audience. And
and I
I think all of those smaller guys were able to do that. At least the ones that really got to the top.
I think the powers that be realized that they made some, like, bad booking decisions with Melo, and they're trying to, like, redo that with the guys that are coming up. That's why we're seeing them more on the main roster, even though they're still technically on NXT. They're, like, slowly bringing them along because they thought that, "Oh, man, everybody gotta watch NXT. Everybody know who Melo is." And when he came up, everybody did, but they were just like, "Yeah, we don't know about him yet." Why? Like, everybody gave him a great reception, and now it's like he's lost so much, and folks are like, "Well, I don't know about him anymore either now." So it's really kinda on them, the reason why that Melo
Yeah,
kinda just like
they gotta figure something out if they want him to go in that direction. Because I think with mindsets for it, I think there may be some behind the scenes stuff holding them back. Because you can't tell me nothing in front of the cameras holding them back. Absolutely not. So it's gotta be, it may be like, we really don't want to push this guy. We don't want to put him in a position. He wasn't in the last time it's now tournament. They've been relatively kind of off TV a little bit. The tag team thing is just really not working. And they were a cool tag team, but they were like Crime Time 2.0. They really wasn't, it was just something there, man. They wasn't special in any kind of way. After a while, it kind of just became a regular thing. So I
yeah, because I
mean,
I really thought when they put him in, that Elimination Chamber match and he did well, I thought that was gonna be the moment that they did it, and they didn't. And so, it's just like, if they didn't do it after that, like, when are you gonna do it?
we don't know, man. I mean, maybe there's a chance Bianca comes back and they want to do the whole power couple at the top, Becky and Seth style, or something major, man. But I'm starting to slowly lose faith, just like I felt like with LA Knight, man. Like, man, I don't think they're ever gonna do it, man.
Yeah,
And there's no like, what do you do? Are you really able? Like Cody left and came back, right? He came and went left and made a huge name for himself. And can anybody still do that? Can you really leave, go make a huge name for yourself, and where? AEW, Ring of Honor, MLW, GCW? Where would you go? And then say, okay, I'm this big star. Welcome me back. Because by the time you get back, WWID is there, Evolve is there, NXT is there. I mean, TNA is there. I don't know, right? Like
yeah.
it's so I don't know if they could go away and come back. Um, Oba might be based on the position they just put him in. He might be the one that they saying, yeah, this is the next guy. This is the guy that we believe is next up because it was only four superstars from NXT and TNA, and to be one of those four is definitely major and a big moment for each of them that was involved. Man, I felt like I wouldn't mind seeing Javon Evans and Leon Slater as a tag. I wouldn't mind that at all, especially in situations where they could win. I think it was going to be realistically real tough for them to win this one, but if you get them against DIY, if you get them against the Wyatt Six, if you get them against maybe even some of the guys on the MFTs, even though I don't want Solo Sokoa and the team losing, certain tag teams that they may be able to actually go in there and win, and they can come out with that 100 miles an hour style. I think it could do wonders for them. And then eventually, you break them up and let them go singles, man, because as small as they are, as they get older, they're going to get bigger and they're going to get more weight on them, man. And they're going to
Yeah.
really start to, have a whole different look to them. But right now, I wouldn't mind high fly and tag team, man, and put those guys together. So, hopefully we'll see where it goes with that, man. But shout out to everybody that came from NXT, man. They did their thing, man. They did exactly what was expected. Bailey held it down, Cody held it down, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee held it down and gave these guys and gals a platform to shine on, man. So that was a good look for them. And what was only 3 matches on the card before the main event. So we saw Gunther versus John Cena. There was a lot of chatter after this match. It was a lot of chatter. And you know what people are not talking about? The actual match. We're hearing about everything that happened in the last few minutes. It's like the fourth quarter of an NBA game, right? It's like, yeah, we wait till the last 3 minutes and now the game is really going to start. But John Cena had some Superman moments in it. Gunther was doing what he does. I was not a fan. I wanted Solo. I wanted LA Knight. By the end of this match, I was like, Gunther was the right choice. All right, y'all got me. He was the right choice based on the atmosphere he was walking into, based on what he can do inside of the ring and his approach, and somebody that could be in that position fit. It all fit. It all made sense. Gunther was Gunther throughout this match. John Cena was John Cena throughout this match. We got to the point where the sleeper holds came into play. Lots and lots of sleeper holds, man. He was holding it for a long time. Cena was kicking out, doing his thing. Finally, he got to the one where he threw up his symbol. Some has said it's a 3. Some has said it means 3 6s, depending on if you're a conspiracy theorist of what that actually means. But after that, it was over. John Cena smiled very gently into the camera and tapped out very nicely. It was a nice tap out. It was a very it was a moment where John's and it looked like said, I did it. I did it. I did this thing. I did this professional wrestling. I did this sports entertainment. I'm so proud of the work that I've done. And I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna say thank you, and I'm gonna ride off into the sunset, man. And he has quite a movie career ahead of him, as we've probably already seen so far what he's done. After the match, after Gunther picked up the victory here, talent began to walk from the back. Talent being led by Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. And Triple H was booed profusely. Some of the things they were saying were not that of Christians. They absolutely did not like Gunther going over in John Cena's final match. And I think we talked about, did Cena want to put somebody over, or was Cena just going to take the win and walk? We really didn't know what direction he wanted to go in. I believe once we saw Gunther was going to be the challenger, a lot of people resolved themselves to Gunther is going to win and beat John Cena. So just get over it. I don't know. I'm not bothered by the outcome of this particular match because I guess I felt like we all saw it coming. We knew Cena was likely to do the job and take the pinfall or submission or whatever happened. Some people don't like the fact that he tapped out, not something we've seen John Cena do a lot of his career. They don't like the fact that he may have smiled on the way out. They don't like the fact that he lost. They absolutely seem to hate Triple H, whether it was when he came out or the post show. Triple H took he took a lot of heat for this one, man. I didn't think that the outcome mattered. I felt either way you'd have something to go on, whether it was just a feel good moment for Cena to walk out, or whether it was for Gunther to win and now become this monster heel. What did you think about this match, man, and the outcome and the events that followed seem to be very talked about, man. Was this controversy? Do you feel like Cena should have won? Did Triple H deserve the vitriol? I mean, he went up on the ring apron at one point to point to a montage, and the fans was like, "No, get off the ring. We don't want to see you. We don't want you to point to the video." Like they really, and that's when you knew this was a wrestling based fan audience. People knew what was going on and understood what was going on. That video was very touching. It was very moving. It was a tough one. It was a tough one. You might want to watch it, by yourself. It was tough in that moment. That was a really, really dope video. We got to shout out WWE. Nobody does video packages like this, man. I feel like they could take highlights from stuff I've done in my regular Monday and make me look like the biggest star in the world with their video package team, man. Like they got a crazy package team, man. But with this match and how it ended, man, what you thought about, what happened with John Cena in his final match?
It was perfect because if the if the fans would take their emotions out of it and won an LA Knight or something, it wasn't about like because at the end of the day, you want to have like a heel and a face.
Hmm.
And whoever beats John Cena in his retirement match was gonna be like the biggest heel we've seen since like Roman Reigns beat Undertaker. It was gonna be that level of like heel. Who is the one person that can take that on? It's Gunther. Like people already like, oh, he's a good wrestler, but he's just boring, so I hate him.
Hmm.
So it's like they were never gonna cheer him before anyway. So why even cheer for him now? And John Cena was like, "Oh, he should have no, he shouldn't have won because he loves wrestling, he loves WWE, and he knows that in WWE, in the wrestling business, about 90% of the legends go out with a loss. The only one I can think of in recent memory that went out as a champion and with a win was Sting. And to me, I get Sting had his sons come out there. Sting gave the bat to Darby Allin, kind of put him over. Darby Allin didn't need to be put over. I felt like Sting winning the tag titles on his way out was like the dumbest thing in my mind. Like, why is he winning this match? Like, no, like it's because I guess I always felt like legends should go out like on their back. They should go out losing. That's how it should be. And now that like Gunther is like the biggest heel, like the video that they showed of him after when he was walking to his car with security, I was like, that's that territory. That's old school. That's WCW. Like folks was following this man. I felt like today somebody was gonna like jump the barricade. It was getting to, and like that's what you want. Like, it's kinda going back to old school a little bit, and, like, even when that moment he had with a little kid, I'm like, "Bro, this kid probably wanna punch the mess out of him." But, like, that's what you want. Like, that's what a heel should be. Like, it shouldn't be someone that's, like, well-liked, and now, like, he's probably gonna retire AJ Styles. He might even retire Brock Lesnar. He might retire Randy Orton. Like, he's gonna go on this and, like, "Imma kill all your favorite legends." Imma put them all in the dirt. You'll never hear from them again, and it's gonna be because of me. And you're gonna hate me, and that's okay. But that's what I'm here to do. And it's like perfect. Like I don't like if it would have been LA Knight, everyone would have cheered for LA Knight. And I'm like, bro, why y'all cheering? He just beat your childhood hero. Like it would have made no sense in my mind.
Yeah,
Cause
right.
like, cause even with Solo, like even though Solo's a heel, he be doing
Mhm.
too much goofy stuff, and it's like, bruh, people like you, dog. They actually like you. Like, don't nobody like Gunther.
No,
Like,
he could lean
don't
into it more than the other
yeah,
guys, man. He could lean into it
yeah.
more and just, I'm this plain Jane guy. I'm not
Bro,
even
when he
sure he
did this to AJ Styles,
has.
like, I
Yeah.
lost it. I was that's hilarious.
Gunther, um, it was the right spot for him. It was the right spot for him. People are knowledgeable, so they are aware that Triple H does the booking, and that's where a lot of his heat came from. But we know that it was a collaborative effort with John Cena as well. And if John Cena wanted to win in his final match, that's what he would have done. I think going out on top with wrestling is the only sports entertainment where we want the guy leaving to go out on his back. Right? Like when Tom Brady's final year, man, it'd be nice if he won in his last, Ray Lewis, his final year, he had the bionic arm. I still think that he was cheating with that big arm brace he had on. Yeah, it'd be nice to go out on top. It's always like we want them to go out on top, and every other we want Kobe to, man. What if they did go to the playoffs and Kobe left at the top? Jordan leaves at the top. We want him to leave at wrestling. We like, no, like get on your back. We want you to
Yeah.
lose on the way out. It's a weird thing to sort of pass the torch because of the type of entertainment that it is. But there was nobody he could have passed the torch to and it would have went okay. That person, I don't believe existed. It was going to be heat, regardless of if he was going to lose, and who can carry the heat. Who can carry this particular heat? What can we do with this? My issue is that what's next for Gunther? So when you got a guy who you give this to, right? Sort of like they gave Brock Lesnar the streak against Undertaker. Now, I'm not saying Brock is not Brock Lesnar, but once he defeated Undertaker for the streak, I really don't remember anything else he did of significant value because he was already at the top of the card. So it's like, well, where does this guy go? As opposed to you allowing a young, I don't know who would have been young during that era, but that's the first step to now this launching pad, and you're eventually the champ. You're eventually main event WrestleMania. You're eventually the guy. You're the torchbearer. You have the company in your hands. Cody Rhodes might even been around then. I don't know if he had left during that period. But, whoever that person would have been, and that's kind of how I feel with Gunther. You don't have where does he go from here? He's already had a match with CM Punk. He's already fought Jey Uso. He's already had he had a match with Cody Rhodes. He has already been at the top of the card. I cannot remember if he's done something with Roman Reigns. Um, did he beat Seth? Didn't he beat Seth for the championship? Is that how he won the championship initially? The World Heavyweight Championship? Was it from Seth Rollins? Because
Mm-mm.
Seth was the
Nah,
inaugural. Who was
it
that?
was from, Damian Priest, because
Okay,
Damian
so
yeah,
won it from.
Damian Priest
Okay,
won from Seth.
so I'm not. I don't know if he's fought Seth, but he. It's not. How much higher can Gunther go? So what we seen on Monday Night Raw, he comes out to get back to Monday Night Raw. He cuts a promo, very short, very to the point, not a whole lot to say. He had major heat coming out. As soon as that music hit, every time he spoke, he enjoyed it. He ate it up. He lived in it in a way that everybody else might not have been able to do, man. He comes across as somebody that you should hate. And American TV has always wanted us to hate the foreign guys, right? The foreign guys are always the bad guys in
Yeah,
movies, right? Bad boys, all different types of movies. It's like, hey, the foreign guys is Russian or they're from some other country and some other place. Like, we're not supposed to like them. So it's easy to hate them. Even wrestling has long made from the Iron Sheik days, guys from a foreign descent, the bad guy. So it's easy to hate him. It's easy to not like him. But it's like, well, what can you do about it? He is Gunther. Who's going to do something about this? He just ran through a tournament where he beat everybody that beat everybody.
yeah.
So he comes out, cuts his promo short and to the point. Like you said, there was moments backstage where he finally went back there, looked at a few people like, well, what are you going to do about it? You're not going to do anything. I'm going to get in this car because for whatever reason, I'm driving myself around to arena to arena in a very small sedan, nice little mid-sized sedan, and I'm like 6'9".
A
But you
key.
know, like, I mean, but I'm gonna get in this car and I'm gonna just ride off. It just happened to be sitting right here. Definitely in cold weather. But he gives AJ the "You Can't See Me" laughs. It was good. His entire thing was good. My question is this though. What's next for Gunther? Has he reached that point of this is as big as it gets for you? Or can he reignite some of the older matches, the older feuds that he's had, and say, okay, now he's really, really at the top because they didn't say who his next opponent would be. They didn't say what direction he was going in. And we really don't know. How do you follow up? You just retired John Cena. Goldberg was a different story. He wasn't a homegrown WWE guy, and he definitely wasn't considered the GOAT. So now you've retired the greatest of all time, and now you got heat unlike anything that we've seen recently. I mean, this is heat that he's got. What do you do as the WWE? You're booking this thing, you got the pencil in your ear. How do you book Gunther to maintain this heat? Is it even possible for him to get
Um,
any bigger than that moment on Saturday night?
I feel like I feel like they're gonna do something crazy. Like, they're probably gonna have him fight R-Truth just because R-Truth was that close with Cena, and and if they do that, I feel like, bruh, Gunther, I don't think they would do it because it's just too, like, you wanna keep some real heat, What's the when John Cena went heel, what's the one thing everybody wanted? They wanted his other theme song, The Worry
Mhm,
Life. This is basic economics. Have Gunther
mhm,
come out with that music,
mhm,
like, have a like, "Oh, yeah, we got a match coming up," but just play that music. Everybody think it's Cena coming out. It's like, "Oh, he just retired," like, the hustle,
mhm,
loyalty, respect, he still got the Dr. Thuganomics, and then it's Gunther coming out? Ah, bruh, nuclear.
mhm.
But that'll never happen though. But it's just, it's just I just wanna
Yeah,
get on.
well, mostly because CM Punk kinda did it already, which was a great moment in CM Punk's
But
career,
CM
by the
Punk
way.
came out he didn't come out with the hustle, loyalty, I mean, he came out with the dun
Oh,
dun dun dun,
yeah, he
right?
did come out with yeah, he
He
came out
didn't
with the loyalty.
yeah,
No,
he
did
didn't
he?
come out. Yeah, he did.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't the
Yeah,
Thug and
yeah, he didn't come out with that one. But,
but you
but no,
could
I don't.
I don't can you sustain it? You could have a moment where Gunther has a good time, like just the very little quick moment with AJ Styles, right? Good moment, but what does WrestleMania look like for Gunther? Because everything right now is about the build to WrestleMania. What does WrestleMania look like to Gunther? We've heard
Oh,
Cody and Roman.
he's probably gonna win the Royal Rumble.
So was does he? So is it no Cody Roman? What is it? Four? It would be. Did they fight three times? Yeah, they
I
fought three
feel
times.
feel
I think
like
they
Cody
did.
and Roman is gonna be, like, the main event of the show of the
So on the
weekend.
first show, you got CM Punk and Braun Breaker possibly occupying those spots. Okay, who
Unless
would Gunther
like, if
fight?
Gunther I guess after January, we'll have a clear picture of how it goes or whatever, but it depends. I feel like I don't know how it would work, but I feel like Gunther could win Royal Rumble and
Mhm.
then go after CM Punk again. Cause I don't
So
know if he never got his get back on CM Punk.
right. So he would get the World Heavyweight Championship, which he's had twice. He'd be
Yeah.
a third time champion, which would be the most in that title's era, I guess. Is that enough for the biggest heel in the company, the most heat we've seen in the last however long? Is that enough? Is that enough to say, hey, this is the guy to beat John Cena? He's now the secondary world champion, main eventing or opening night one. Is that the right spot? Because in my opinion, that person, and I don't know that that's Gunther, just based on the trajectory of what's next, should be main eventing WrestleMania night two against Cody Rhodes and winning that championship. That's the only place he could go. Anything other than, and I don't know that they're going to do that. I don't know. Are we seeing any signs that point towards that?
I
Are
don't
we?
know.
I don't see it. I don't see it, man. And that's the only baby face that, I mean, he could decimate CM Punk, but they've had their thing. But if he gets Cody in night two in that main event and walks out the champ, man, I think that's the only thing left. But right now they're building towards what people want to see is Gunther and Brock Lesnar. But it's a match that will be great. It'll be a great match. Gunther and Brock Lesnar be good to see those guys go at it. That might be the ceiling for him at WrestleMania this year coming up. It could main event night one. Punk might want to open the show with Braun Breaker or the rematch with Braun Breaker, whatever that looks like. But I could see him main eventing against Brock. But then at some point, I just fear that they're not going to be able to sustain it. And they got lightning in a bottle right now with how hot Gunther is for the wrong reasons. So what do you do to keep him at that point to solidify him? He's already beaten pretty much everybody. He's never fought Brock Lesnar. I can't remember Roman Reigns and Seth off the top of my head, but we're not really expecting Seth at WrestleMania. And we're kind of expecting Roman and Cody maybe to go at it again. So if he's not going after Cody's title, the next best thing is going to be Brock Lesnar. And I think that could be a really, really wild match to end the show and maybe set up something after the fact.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know, man. He's got a solid pad, but like you said, if he wins Royal Rumble, that eliminates Brock Lesnar. because he's not about to have no championship. So now you only have Cody and CM Punk, possibly Braun Breaker. And Braun Breaker as the champion versus Gunther is not about to move the needle. It ain't gonna do much. It'll be good. We'll see. That'll be entertaining. We'll definitely walk away saying I like this match. But I'm not even sure it would main event night one or even, it might open the show, maybe. But him and Punk, if Punk could somehow revive that, but it is the secondary big championship. So I don't know, man. I don't know what they're gonna do with Gunther, man. I think it could be a situation where he just have this massive, massive moment, and then that's it.
Yeah.
That was John Cena's heel turn. He had one massive moment in the ring with The Rock and Travis Scott, and really that was it. That's pretty much the entire heel run was just that moment. There wasn't anything else that memorable. The most memorable thing to me actually would might have been CM Punk rapping, and that wasn't John Cena. So, it wasn't a lot of moments from the heel run based on the time constraints, but it was a massive moment. I feel like that was a top 5 moment of John Cena's career, in that ring at Elimination Chamber that night, man. I feel like that was top 5. So it could be a standalone moment for Gunther, man. But Gunther got Brock Lesnar. We may say Roman Reigns, Seth, and I guess we can, got to throw Cody in there possibly again. And since he lost to Punk, he might get his get back. He lost to Cody, he might get his get back. But
Yeah.
do we see him in those matches at WrestleMania?
I don't know. It's really, I guess it's gotta, I guess in a couple months or so, I guess you'll start to like see which way they're gonna go. Cause honestly, you just never know with how WWE goes. You can never tell what they're gonna do, especially with something like this. Cause like next week, does he come out next week? Is he like what? Who's gonna come out to say like, oh, that was messed up what you did to Cena, and then that be his next like match? Like, it's just like,
Yeah, man. We gonna have to wait and see. It's gonna be wait and see. Tonight didn't set up anything for Gunther.
yeah.
So we're not really sure where they're gonna go with him. They just, hey, we're gonna just rub it in everybody's face tonight. And then, the crowd ain't gonna let him speak for the next several weeks. So they might as well forget that. He's done on the mic for a little while now. He's gonna have to go out there and cause mass destruction. And CM Punk seems very occupied with the vision, and the vision seems occupied with Punk.
Yeah,
So that does open.
even like even like AJ Styles, he's occupied, so he wouldn't be able to go against.
Yeah,
So it's like everyone who he could possibly go against to have a match where it's like, man, that was a great one. They're kind of occupied,
yeah.
or they're like not there.
It's only Brock. It's only Brock. Well, like you said, he's not there. He qualifies as not there, along with Roman is not there. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a journey, man. What do you think of the theory of Triple H going into corporate Vince McMahon mode and his guy is Gunther?
Mm, we'll see how it works out. 'Cause cause that's his guy.
It's definitely his guy. It's just not his guy on screen. They're not on screen together. But what if they are? I mean, at some point, Triple H's got to pull a Vince and get out in front of the camera, man.
Well, he does his own like authority kind of thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
he brings that back when he had Seth, but this time it's like Gunther's.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he might
No,
lean into that. He might do that because he's getting like the reaction he's getting.
yeah, and Gunther is gonna need as many fresh coats of paint as possible to at least get to WrestleMania. At least get to WrestleMania and maybe even SummerSlam. It's gonna be tough for him to get to SummerSlam. That's gonna be really tough. WrestleMania, we could already almost pencil in a Brock Lesnar and say, okay, we got Gunther out the way. Got a big marquee money match out the way. So, but now can you get to SummerSlam? He's gonna need all the help he can get. And I don't know if it's Triple H coming in or even a Stephanie McMahon. Somebody from that office coming in and saying, this is our machine. He's gonna run through everybody. He's about to be our champ, our guy. I don't know what that might look like. But I think he's gonna need all the help that he can get because it's fast paced. At that time, the storytelling was a lot slower. Things developed a lot slower. So now it's so fast paced, man. Like 1 minute he's feuding with somebody, and the next week is somebody different, and 2 weeks later it's a tag match with somebody different. So he's gonna need a whole lot of options, man. And Brock is kind of a bad guy. So I don't even know what you could really like. It's just a match. I'm not sure what that would look like because that like you can expect. I mean, what can you really expect? People are not ready to overly cheer for Brock Lesnar too much.
Yeah.
So you can't screw him and it'd be like, look at what we did. It's like, oh well, they kind of been on Brock Lesnar hard or as it is. So not sure that he'll be able to get away with that one, man. But it's definitely a lot to be seen with this, a lot to be seen with Austin Theory as well, man, and seeing what he can turn this into with Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman has been an Austin Theory guy for quite some time. So we're gonna see if this turns into something, man. But man, what was your overall thoughts, man, from the weekend, man, and Monday Night Raw, man, and what you feel like the future is looking like going into Royal Rumble season?
I feel like after January, we'll get a clearer picture of, like where everything kind of is. And I mean, it's just like, because even now, like, if you really just don't know, like, that January 5th show will start to tell a lot of, like,
Yeah.
okay, this person's in this picture, that person's in that picture. So it's just really like, honestly, till then, we just like, oh, we don't really know. But the weekend show was good. I mean, it was an emotional one for a lot of people. One of the guys from child saw a lot of people childhood kind of ended. Uh, my childhood goat is still going, Jeff Hardy. So
Mhm.
my first childhood goat retired, The Undertaker. But my other childhood goat, Jeff Hardy, he is still going. So I still got part of my childhood still there.
Over for me, man. Mine's been gone. When you said you disagreed with him winning the tag team championships on his way out. So that's when
Sting,
mine left.
Sting,
Yeah.
man.
Well, Stan the man has had some technical difficulties there on that one on that front. But overall it was a good night. As far as them just kind of putting together a show to kind of throw it out there and put us in a position where, they didn't do too much, but they just wanted to get something going and allow everybody to just kind of still be living the aftermath of John Cena retiring and that final match with Gunther. So it's definitely a lot more story to be told with Gunther, a lot more story to be told with Austin Theory. And we do have CM Punk and Braun Breaker coming up. So we'll kind of see how that goes. And maybe we'll get a revitalized tag team division. Maybe we'll see some other things coming to the women's title pictures as well. So it's a lot more story to be told. So we definitely gonna be looking forward to that. I'm not sure if Stan is gonna get back on here in a second. I know he just had some technical difficulties there. Let's see. He might be. Did I do this right? Okay, we got him back. We got him
Yeah,
back. We
I
got
don't
him
know
back.
what happened, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Weird.
but
But
yeah, it's
yeah,
gonna
man,
be.
childhood going, man. So it's it's a new era, man. It's a new day. It's a new time, man. Most of the guys I grew up watching and liking are all pretty much my guys was staying Ultimate Warrior, Jake the Snake, Macho Man, Lex Luger. Then it became a DDP. I did start to like Triple H and Shawn Michaels as I crossed more into WWE after the buyout. AJ Styles is still kicking. That's my guy. Seth Rollins is my guy. Booker T has been my guy. He's out of there now, but right now these new guys, man. I'm Seth is still there. He's still got some years ahead of him, and I'm still liking Montez Ford and LA Knight, who's a little on the older side in terms of professional wrestling, but we're gonna see what the future holds with some of these guys, man. But we're gonna find out what happens with Gunther, Austin Theory, CM Punk, and Braun Breaker is probably the big match to start building towards now. and I suspect that we might get another Cody and Drew McIntyre coming up here soon. So yeah, man, how long you think before Austin Theory is sitting in the seat that Braun Breaker's currently in?
Um, I mean, I would say a couple months, but now everything moves so fast paced. It might be after January if Braun Breaker lose.
The
So,
Monday following Monday Night Raw, where Austin is like, I gotta do it. Because he should have been there. He's already been, I think, the United States champion.
mhm.
So he's already had his run at that level, man. So, but as usual, we will be back here next week to do the WWE Monday Night Raw post show live. Y'all know how we do it each and every Monday night, immediately following Monday Night Raw. Man, had stand with me. Appreciate you on tonight. But we will be back in a week. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Please don't forget to hit that like button. Follow, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, and you can catch us wherever you get your podcast audio from iHeart, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and much, much more. Just type in Wrestle for the number 4 real, and you should be able to see us there. And we appreciate the continued support. And we'll keep dropping this content for you guys. And thank you for joining the conversation on tonight. Stan, man, until next time, I'll catch up with you.
All right, peace.